So I mistakenly read the instructions when it said beyond the PowerPoints. I thought that meant we had to create our own PowerPoint, not beyond the PowerPoint that our instructor had made. So I made a PowerPoint, and this is Shen, also known as Shen Gua with the G. He was born in 1031 in Hangzhou, Shanghai Province, China, and he died in 1095 at age 64. I chose to go with this historical figure because honestly I just finished watching Lady General Hua Mulan on YouTube, and our professor offered a couple of recommendations because I asked him about like a handful, and he recommended two, and I just finished watching this movie and I was like, let's keep it old Chinese. And this movie is so good. So it's free on YouTube and you should watch it. And Shen Kua's, some of his most known contributions, he actually had a lot of contributions in the sense of geology. One of his most known contributions is paleoclimatology, which is paleoclimatology is basically like the climate now, but in paleo dinosaur age, how prehistoric and past times the climate was. And he found that by finding ancient seashells and again the fossilized bamboo that was talked about in the original PowerPoint. And upon seeing that, he theorized that climates and landscapes changed over vast periods. And I did fact check, since I did do this historical figure, that bamboo needs about 30 to 100 inches of rain annually. Not 300 inches, 30 to 100 inches. There is a 3 and a couple zeros in that though, so I can't blame you. Another thing that is very monumental, I believe, to geology is his magnetic compass contribution. He accurately identified the angles between true north and magnetic north, known as magnetic declination. And I believe that's just so important for geology, because how the heck are you going to get anywhere if you don't know? That is how you find where you are if it's too foggy to see the mountains and you can't really rely on anything else. Which I'm sure we haven't talked about in this class yet, has huge things to do with how we found the magnetic polarity of the Earth and all those good things. Some other contributions that he had was his dream pool essays. It's a significant historical record documenting things like how he experienced phenomena such as unidentified flying objects. He was introducing higher order arithmetic, movable type printing. He proposed things like light optics, that rainbows are formed when sunlight hits the rain, and many, many more things. He was a very brilliant and curious man, wanted to discover a lot, it appears to be. And for documentation, it definitely seems like there's a lot of self-preservation through writing, although there was some suspicion of lost works due to corrupt political and military leaders around his time. And a personal quote of his that has been translated: "Because I had only my writing brush and ink slab to converse with, I call it brush talks." So this quote alone tells us that writing, like, he could have access to writing, so there was that sense of self-preservation with his documentation. And my sites page.